Welcome to Take 5, a podcast brought to you by Newleaf Training and Development. Each edition is an inspiring interview with a leader worth listening to. Enjoy!
Hi there, I'm Mark Griffiths, one of the client partners at Newleaf Training and Development, and I'm joined by Resa Listort, who is a District Coordinator at Aflac. Resa, for 17 years now at Newleaf Training and Development, we focus on our core purpose of helping organisations and people better manage themselves, lead others, and grow business acumen. What are your recommended best practices to help people and organisations be their best? But please start, though, by telling us a little bit more about your organisation, what you do, and who you serve. Over to you, and then I'll wrap things up when you're done.
Great. Thank you so much. So a little bit about me, a little bit about Aflac. I came to Aflac about 7 years ago from a completely different industry, and I've loved it ever since. As you said, I'm a district manager. My personal mission is to make sure that every person and business owner knows that these programs are available, right? Affordable rates, they protect people, families, companies, all of that. In general, Aflac is supplemental insurance. I know a lot of people know the duck, but they don't necessarily understand what it is. So let me just give a brief overview. Aflac is supplemental insurance, which means it's voluntary insurance, and it provides financial protection. So it pays policyholders cash when they become sick or injured or disabled. This is basically the cash flow that people need when they're facing medical bills. Aflac can be sold direct to the public. In other words, I could walk on the street and sell it to anybody, but more common is individual worksite products. So that's through payroll deduction. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as we go through this conversation.
Awesome.
So why is this important, right? Like, this is, as I was kind of thinking about our conversation, I was thinking about what can I really contribute here that's the what's in it for me, right? So we're talking about how can companies and how can people be their best? So at a very high level, Aflac supports business owners facing some of the top pain points, right? Things like attraction and retention, staying competitive, dealing with rising costs. Those are at the top of the list, especially in this market. But then at the next level, Aflac also helps employees. They are able to access affordable and flexible programs. They need to protect against the programs that can help protect against financial distress. And you see it all over now. Like, a lot of companies are offering no health insurance or just catastrophic plans that have really large deductibles and limited coverage. So there are serious gaps in coverage, including Medicare, that Aflac, the money from Aflac can really help mitigate. But as I said earlier, like, the end game for me, of course, is to educate all my friends, my family, and my community, right, about these options in the supplemental health market, because there really is no singular perfect answer in the healthcare market across the board. But using something like Aflac strategically can help mitigate that risk and protect businesses, families, and help people be their best.
I love that. And you've said something there, Reese, that really piqued my interest, because we met on one of the speaking engagements I did recently, and we speak and we deal with a lot of organizations who have those challenges when it comes to attracting and retaining talent. It's definitely a hot employee market at the moment. And you mentioned that's one way that your plans can help with that. So are you finding that's a real leverage for organizations?
Absolutely. I mean, that is the number one challenge employers are having these days. It's not like the market in 2008, right? There's more jobs than there are people to fill them. People are leaving jobs, skipping jobs quicker than ever before and more often than ever before. So helping business owners understand the cost to their company in employee turnover is a really important part of the conversation. For a business to be its best, it has to be profitable, it has to be stable, and those things are directly contributed by are directly affected by turnover.
And I guess my last question before we wrap things up would be a bit like us. I would imagine you work with a whole bunch of different organizations in different industries, and obviously without naming names, I just wonder, do you still see when it we talk about leadership, that high quality leadership is still, as integral as it ever was to the success of high performing organizations?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think high quality leadership is the number one indicator to see the culture of a company. And again, the culture of the company is really sort of if you look at it like the garden of what's going to grow out of that company, you really need to invest in a supportive and quality ground floor basis culture, right? And so that comes directly from leadership. So having really great leadership that understands the needs of the company and the assets, the assets that the employees actually are, and then taking care of those employees by providing really great benefits. And it's not only just about providing benefits, there's a direct cost to businesses when employees get sick. So you want your employees to be happy and healthy. We all say the most important thing is our health, right? Well, this is the way to support that, to show your people you support that, and for people to support their families. Take good care of yourself. And you can only do that if you have the cash flow to do that.
Love that. Love that. Well, on behalf of everyone who watches these, thank you, Resa, for your insights to help people and organizations be their best. Before we sign off, just a reminder for our subscribers to always keep an eye on the events page of our website for any of the additional professional development opportunities that we offer on a regular basis. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thanks.
I hope you found that interview useful, and if you did, feel free to rate, review, and share this podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode, and we also invite you to check out our other weekly podcast, Going the Extra Mile, which is sure to lift your spirit and encourage you in today's working world. Bye for now.